Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey with an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each and every return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades, we do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, we're going to be looking at ticker symbol TEM, also known as Tempus AI, and this is a stock that Nancy Pelosi has invested in, shared live in the Discord, and we're also going to be looking at ticker symbol MMTLP and asking the question, can there be a resolution with regard to blockchain? So stay tuned for details of that. And before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first of all, we know that Trump has now been inaugurated and is the new president of the United States. And from Bloomberg, we can see here the stock, the dollars are up, the dollar is gaining, and traders are looking for the Trump boost. So the S&P futures are up, the dollar is up, and in terms of other news, we can also see here that Trump has stated that he's going to fill the US strategic oil reserves right to the top. So sales are meant to control gas prices, especially with regard to what's happened in Ukraine and Russia. And in terms of energy stocks from Market Watch, we can see here that the energy stocks are igniting at Trump, as Trump is declaring that there should be more drilling of oil, especially in the United States, and so benefiting companies like Exxon, Chevron, etc., which were all doing well in the pre-market and also continuing in trading today. So one of the other news with regard to which stocks are doing well in terms of Trump, what we've identified here is that shares of prison stocks are also trading higher, and that was with regard to President Trump reversing an executive order eliminating DOJ contracts with private prisons. So tickers identified here include GEO and CXW, so keep an eye out on them. And if we have a look at other news shared in the Discord, and that is with regard to Google, it did break $200 earlier today, reaching an all-time high. So congratulations to everybody holding GOOGL. Let's start by having a look at ticker symbol TEM, also known as Tempus AI. And one of the posts that I made earlier was with regard to Nancy Pelosi, and what's stated here is that she's filed for many trades. One of them that sticks out certainly for me is ticker symbol TEM, and this is an American health technology company. So before we look at that, other stock trades that she also disclosed include Nvidia, Apple and Amazon. So the one that we're interested in is Tempus. So let's go to the investor relations page and find out a little bit about this company. So we can see the company is a technology company. It's looking at advancing precision medicine through the practical application of AI, and as well as that, generative AI in healthcare to look at intelligent diagnostics. And it's also looking at one of the world's largest libraries of clinical and molecular data and an operating system to make the data accessible and useful. So certainly it has drawn the attention of Nancy Pelosi, and as well as that, the attention of many other traders. So if we go on to see more details about the company, you can see here what they state is they are building innovative tech solutions oriented around clinical healthcare. They're also looking at research products, and they have systems and platforms such as Tempus OS, Tempus Hubs, Tempus Lens, and the company is improving patient healthcare by providing high quality testing, clinical trial matching, deep research data and powers scientific discovery. So it was not a well-known company, and if we look at the news and events section on their investor relations page, the recent news includes 15th of January, the company have announced the launch of an FDA approved XTCDX test. So that's positive news, and this is something that is based in vitro diagnostics devices, and positive news there. So just the day before that, 14th of January, they introduced new generative AI capabilities to query millions of unstructured documents for research and clinical care. And again, one day before that, the company announced its first ever whole genome sequencing assay XH. So the company is certainly dynamic and releasing positive news all the time. So if we have a look at other news that was shared from Yahoo Finance, January the 19th, 2025. We can see the headline here: Tempus AI Incorporated is an AI-driven healthcare revolution. So they're obviously AI-driven company, and they're looking at competing towards supremacy in the AI sector and intensify their efforts in terms of driving this forward. If we look at further down in the article, we can see here the number of hedge fund folders are 7, and this is a company that on January the 14th unveiled a new suite of transformative capabilities available in their platform, which is called Tempus AI. So that's an AI assistant, and this is something that is designed to revolutionize patient care, precision medicine, and offers data-driven decision support in the clinic, as well as evolving research to bring new drugs to the market. So the company is certainly very, very forward-looking, and I think another interesting thing I'd like to share with you from Fintel, and that is a significant ownership investment from Google. So we're looking at 1,551,102 shares of Tempus AI. So that's a strategic investment. It's well in excess of $50 million based on trading at $35 per share, and we know it has traded higher today. So let's have a look at the chart. So this is also a stock that we were watching prior to trading today on the Tuesday, and we can see right now it's up over 38% at $48.78. So congratulations to everybody who caught TEM from our weekly watch list. Let's start by giving a shout out to Kristen Shaughnessy, who's posting with regard to the meme coin Trump, and what she stated here is the Trump coin, the way to smoke the shorts in DJT and expose market manipulation. And could Trump be offered as a dividend to the DJT investors? And that would certainly be very expensive for the shorts. So she's talking about DJT, but I certainly think there are potentially parallels here also with MMTLP, so we'll come to that shortly. But what she states is President Trump and Devin Nunes have called out the manipulation of DJT since April, and we all know that Devin Nunes also referred to MMTLP in his letter. So one of the press releases from Greg McCabe earlier, he stated, as stated in our previous news release, we are considering our options regarding the potential for blockchain trading, which also requires the moving of all shares to AST, and as the largest shareholder I have moved all my shares to AST. So what I would like to share with you is an excerpt from Patrick Byrne. So Patrick Byrne is the ex-CEO of Overstock, and what he states here in this audio that I'm going to share with you is that a brave CEO can go to T0, issue blockchain, raise capital and buy into the comment, and eventually you can flush out the naked short. So have a listen to this statement by Patrick Byrne, so the previous chief executive of Overstock.
Audit. What should their next steps be after being ignored by FINRA, SEC lawsuits to continue?
I don't think you can do anything if you don't have the company corporate leadership on your side, and you need a brave CEO who will do something about it. But a brave CEO can go to T0 and say, I want to issue some blockchain, raise some blockchain capital, and then just raise the capital and buy in the comment, and then issue more on the blockchain side and buy more of the comment, or do things with the dividend and things like that. And eventually you can flow.
The next post I'd like to share is from Ralph Norman, who's quite hypocritically stated, promises made, promises kept. And what Curtis has stated is, you said MMTLP is the poster child for unanswered questions. And I think this has also led to a reaction from John Berda, and what he stated is he feels like he's been hamstrung in the matter due to the ongoing SEC battle that he personally have, and now the motion to dismiss has been filed. He invites Ralph Norman to read it and formally retract the statements he falsely made about him on the OANN network, in particular the show hosted by Dan Newsman Ball. And what Dan was nice enough to admit that he didn't have all the facts, and he did apologize in a space call immediately afterwards. So that's positive from Dan. However, Ralph Norman continues to stonewall the community and still is not aware of the true facts. I would probably say he doesn't want to be aware of the true facts, or maybe he is aware of the true facts but he has other priorities. So he's going to ask Ralph Norman for a retraction, and most importantly, do what you said. You said you'd help the MMTLP community. You have the power, but do you have the will? I would probably say no, because he may be potentially compromised. And he states what John has stated. He's called his attorney to ask if a sitting congressman can be sued for defamation, and the attorney stated, do not bother. But what John has done is asked Grok, and the response from Grok is yes, a sitting member of Congress can be sued. And these are basically the way it typically works is with regard to speech or a debate clause outside of legislative activities, case law, and also legal proceedings. But I think it's certainly going to be very, very tough. And finally, a quick shout out to the previous week's weekly watch list. So if you would like to get a copy of that, the weekly watch list is always shared prior to trading on the Monday. And previous week we called out RUM, that was up 14% on the week. APLD up over 12%. SPI, that was up 5.1% on the week. ASTS, that was up 5% from Monday's dip. KITT, another good call, that was up 7% on the week from Monday's dip, but there was a chance to get a 47% return. DATS, that was another stock that was up 23% on Monday, 45% on Thursday, and then it was up 3.7% after Monday's dip, so good chance there to take profits. NRXP, another stock that was up 20% Monday but closed down 18.8% on the week, so it's always good to take profits. This week we have been watching a number of stocks, including the quantum stocks RGTI, that's been doing exceptionally well, and ticker symbol TEM that we just looked at, also doing exceptionally well. So finally, thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.